Chow. What's up, everybody? Yes, I overpronunciate Xin Chow. It's on purpose. So if you're new to the channel and you wonder why I say it with such effect, that's why. We are going to walk around and talk about Vinhomes Golden River and Vinhomes Central Park, the differences between them, why you'd want to pick one over the other, and to address some other YouTubers that say Vinhomes Golden River is a scam, which it's not. They just don't understand how to read a bill, apparently. So yeah, we're gonna break that down in this video. If you do find this helpful to you, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. If not, no worries. You can just move on. Hit do not recommend if you don't like what I have to say. And yeah, let's get into the content. Let's pump it out. Let's go, baby. We're in the beautiful new park that they've redone here. Absolutely lovely weather. There is a cafe here. I don't think I've ever gotten a drink at this cafe. We usually get coffee at the actual water taxi cafe. But let's talk about it. So what's the big deal between Golden River Vinhomes and, okay, so this is why I came over here to do this video. So this is Golden River right here. Right now they're building a Masteries project, which is almost double the price of the Vinhomes project. The cheapest unit you can get in a Masteries pre-buy right now is about $1 million USD for 1 bedroom, 1.2 for a 2 bedroom, and then it jumps all the way up to like 2.5 for a 3 bedroom. Then right over here, they look like they're really close, right? But they're not. And right over here, you got Vinhomes Central Park. So that's the original project. They built that one first, then Golden River came after. I will tell you though, if you are interested in buying a Masteries apartment, let me know. Contact me via email, and I'll get you the details on that. I do happen to have all the stuff on that. So yeah, you're gonna have to verify who you are though. Yada, yada, yada. But if you are interested in that project, let me know. And then you've got Central Park. So first off, let's jump into what are the big differences between the two? Well, I can tell you that location is the massive difference. It is the absolute massive, massive difference. And it's a pretty big difference. It, like I said, like you're looking at it now and you're like, wow, these look really, really close. Like, huh, why not just get Central? Well, Central's actually not walkable to where I'm at. It tacks on another 30-minute walk. So it would take you 55 minutes to walk where I'm at instead of my 20 minutes. So it's really a location thing. It's not in District 1, it's in Bintan. So it's in a different district. Granted, it's like right on the inside of Bintan. It's still, it's the location thing that the problem exists there. That's why people really like Golden River, is because it has like a real ideal location. I mean, you're kind of central to everything. If you want to go to D2, you can take the new bridge over and get there right away. If you want to come to District 3, you're a 10-minute drive away. I mean, all these different districts, like, because it's in the middle of the city, so like, it just spirals outward. So you can really get kind of wherever you want to go, and kind of on a walking scale from Golden River. You're going to be presented with a much different thing at Central Park. It's not walkable. It's not really walkable at all. It's walkable to like its little area around it, but there's not much. So to counter that, what they've done is they built like an entire community inside of there. These are the main two differences between Golden River and Vinhomes Central, is they have a actual community in Central Park. They've got schools. We have a school too. We have one. They've got schools. They've got, you know, a bunch of pools. They've got a bunch of restaurants. They actually have a mall inside Landmark 81. They've got just a lot more stuff to do than Golden River does. Golden River is kind of just an apartment, where Vinhomes Central Park is more of a lifestyle. So if you've got like a family and stuff with multiple kids, I would almost say Central Park is the safe bet. So here's the other next big difference. If you're not a guy that doesn't walk at all and doesn't care about walking at all, or a gal, and you're going to take your motorbike everywhere, it might be a good idea to go over to Central Park and pay a little bit less for a unit, because that's the two big differences now. Vinhomes Golden River is one of the highest end condo projects in Saigon, besides the super crazy high end ones that are inside of District 3, which can get like to $5,000 a month. They get to insane prices. So Central is much more obtainable especially if you're not going to be walking around. And it's a bit more affordable. It's like 10 to 20% cheaper for the same kind of unit in Central than it is versus Golden River. Now Golden River is having an explosion in rent right now. It's going way up. I think it has to do with the Masteries project. Will finish soon. You know, people want to get in there before that project comes up, and that's probably going to raise rent everywhere. So if you're going to do Golden River, I recommend you do it soon. Other YouTubers say they're half empty buildings when they're not at all. The only building that's really kind of a little empty is Lux 6, and it's the side that looks at the construction site. Who wants to hear construction all day? So people moved, which is as to be expected. That would be my one problem with buying the Masteries project. If you bought it on the construction side for the next building coming, you're going to have 2 years of construction, 2.5 years. So that's the only building that's really empty. It's getting extremely difficult to find good inventory in Golden River. There's always going to be inventory, but what I mean by a good unit is a higher floor unit with a proper view, like a view of Landmark or a view of the zoo. Some people like this view of the lake. For me, I don't know, it's not the most beautiful lake. It's like trash floating around and stuff, although the bridge looks cool now. I mean, that's up to you. That's a you thing. But Central Park has quite a bit of inventory because there's just like a billion buildings. So like there's just always going to be something available for you to rent in Central Park, and it's going to be more affordable. And if you want to like have a bunch of restaurants, grocery stores, and a mall at your disposal to where you kind of don't have to leave the place that often, Central Park is going to be the winner for that every time. Golden River has like, I don't know, 2 restaurants. Yeah, 2 restaurants. If Golden River was smart, they would try to get McDonald's to put a McDonald's in down there, because it is a lot of foreigners that live at Golden River. It's not just like white people. It's a lot of Japanese guys, a lot of Korean guys, because again, they're working in District 1, so it makes more sense for them location-wise to be in Golden River versus Central Park. Now the next thing I want to talk about, which is what other YouTubers try to get clickbaity on and get views for their video, is the management fee is a ripoff, Golden River is a scam. It's not at all. It's just broken down very easily. Some places you can negotiate the management fee, which they charge for the management of the apartment. Let me get you the numbers on mine. I'm going to break it down for you and kind of dispel what these older bloggers say about Golden River being a scam, which in my opinion it's not a scam at all. You get what you pay for, man. And if you run your aircon 24/7 like almost all foreigners do because it's hot as shit, then you're gonna have an expensive aircon bill. It's like pretty simple. It's not it doesn't take a genius to figure out how it would go. Let me open this up, get reading here. So our aircon usage on average can be 1.6 million, and that's really the main cost. The other cost is $1 million for the management fee of the apartment. If you are paying that, a 1-bedroom's like 1. I think a 2-bedroom's 1.3 or something, 1.4. And the aircon's the main price to like the total management fee. It depends on how much you crank it. Like if you're cranking it all the time, you're gonna have a higher aircon bill. Like when I'm not home and I'm traveling, Winnie just uses the fan, and it's like $500K a month. It's like nothing if I'm gone for like a solid block of time. But if I'm there, it can be anywhere from like 1.6 to like 2.8. So anywhere from like 50 to $100, $120 for the aircon. And that's because it's like a central air unit. There is issues with that. This is where I will give some credit to. I never watched any of their videos saying, oh, it was a scam and stuff, but the one thing that Golden River does have an issue with is the air conditioning system in some units just doesn't work properly. So if you are going to rent a unit in a Golden River apartment, sit there, crank that thing on, make sure it gets down to 21, 22 Celsius, and you know you got a proper aircon. Check it in all the rooms. We have a slight issue with our main living room one. They do charge you to clean it, and it's like a racket. You got to clean it like every 3 months, and that's like around $350K. But you got to do it. They come and drain the water, clean out the components on the inside, clean the filters, which you do need to do, unfortunately. that is the one caveat, is that some of these units can just have air cons that don't work. Like our current unit one in the main room's not the greatest. Our bedroom's perfect, ice cold. It's not that big of a deal in the main room. It's not like uncomfortable or anything. It just doesn't get under like 24.5 Celsius. And the way they designed it and the particular layout I have, you can't really clean it properly because you can't get to the other half of it where the little cutout hole is. So just be mindful of that when you're renting a unit, and you shouldn't have any issues. But that's really the breakdown cost that like all these guys are crying about. It's how much they use their aircon. They charge you $200K a motorbike for parking underground to have the cameras and all that stuff. And that's also part of the management fee. They charge you for water, which is like $100K a month. What else? Motorbike, we covered that. Cold water, hot water, cover the management fee. It's really the aircon. So like on average, ours will be around $3.5 million a month for the entire total management fee. Sometimes if I'm home a lot and it's cranking a lot, it can be $4 million, 4.5. But usually it's around 120 to 150 bucks. So for all the utilities, I don't think that's crazy. I mean, it is a little bit more expensive than other places, but again, you're paying for a luxury place. You're paying for really great parking with security. It's impossible to steal a bike there. You're paying for the amenities, you know. There's going to be a little extra tack on to that. And not to mention that you've already probably got a really good rate on your apartment, you know. So Central, I heard it's not as bad, but they don't use the same aircon system like a couple of the buildings do. They usually use an on-wall unit, so that just ties into your electricity. It's not like a big central unit that they use in Golden River. So that's the real big issue that people have their claim to fame and get all pissed off about, because they don't know how to break down a bill apparently, and didn't understand when they were renting the apartment. They explained it all to you, like how it was going to be done. So yeah, it's just some sore guys that didn't really do their homework when they rented the thing. There is no real issues with Golden River that I can even think of besides for you can't have a pet, which might be a good thing because you don't got dogs barking all over, even though I kind of do want a pet. As far as Central goes, like I said, if you got a family, if you don't care about location that much and you want to save a little bit, check out Central Park, man. It's got a mall, it's got a movie theater, it's got plenty of nice restaurants, like a couple high-end restaurants. It is going to be more expensive at the restaurants there because they have to compensate for the high rent to have a restaurant there. That's the same here. There's like a pho place here, and they sell the pho for like $80K, like double, because they've got to try to recover their insanely high rent at the place. But yeah, I think that'll dispel a lot of the rumor mills that it's a scam racket type deal. Again, I have no affiliation with Vinhomes or Golden River. I just like living at the place. Treats me well. All the staff there is very friendly. I do see foreigners fighting with the front desk all the time. I've never had to fight with the front desk. But I think sometimes a lot of like Western people kind of try to bring the Western ideal on how things should work here, and that's just not going to work for you. If you do that, you're going to have a difficult time in Vietnam, and especially Saigon. You have to understand when you're in a different place in a different country, things work differently, and trying to make it work like from where you're home, you're going to just get frustrated and pissed off all the time. It's the same with traffic. So like, if you think it's going to be like Western traffic here and you continuously get pissed off, you know, you're going to find out pretty quick that like Vietnam isn't for you, and you're going to turn it into this whole thing to where like you almost start to hate the place. So I've been here almost 3 years. I have no problem with anything. The traffic you get used to. You can find a great apartment. The Masteries project is insane. I looked at the units. They are absolutely top-notch, like baller units. They're the same as Golden River, but they're just got like a super high-end touch to it. Like the bathrooms are all stellar. They all got crazy bathtubs. It's laid out a lot nicer. If any of you are familiar with like Lux 6 and how the walls look nice and all that stuff in some of the apartments, that's the whole look of the Masteries thing. Do I think it's worth 1 million USD? I don't know. You know, I know a guy that made like 2 times back on his Golden River purchases. So if it's anything like Golden River, it should be a good purchase. Is it a good purchase to buy and rent out? I'm not sure on that. Golden River doesn't seem to be that way. If you can buy it cash and rent it out, maybe. But like if you're buying it, mortgaging it, and trying to get an ROI out of that, difficult, I would say. I don't know how long that would actually take. So yeah, the best thing you can do for picking between these two is go to each one and visit them. Look at a bunch of units. Do not get in a hurry to rent one. You know, you're gonna always have at least 20 to pick from in Golden River. So look at all 20, take your time, take the days it takes to do it. Do your due diligence. Sure, you're most likely gonna find the one right when you walk in. You kind of usually know. That's how I am with these things. But just do your due diligence, look at them, contact multiple agents, multiple places. Don't leave it in the hands of like one lady. You know, put feelers out everywhere. Have multiple places showing you multiple different units in there. Same as in Vinhomes Central Park. You know, you got to do your homework on this stuff, guys. And of course, there's all kinds of other places to live. I'm mainly just focusing on the 2 Vinhomes projects, and I do enjoy them both. I would never live in Central though, because I walk everywhere and that would just crush all that. I can't walk an hour to just get the location every time. This is 20 minutes. This is good, and this gives me walking distance to all the places I like to go. And I think we covered almost everything I wanted to cover in this video. I think that's it. I can't really think of anything else. They both have good underground parking. They're both very similar. So the one thing that is missing in almost all the Central units is an oven. So if you want like a real actual oven, Golden River is going to have you covered on that. Same as in the Mastery project that they're building. I can't think of anything else. Oh, here's the other big 2 differences. We have a park, it's a great park, it's very small. They have a park, it's gigantic, it's awesome. Like Vinhomes Central Park is absolutely amazing. It is absolutely huge. If you're an outdoor runner and you want to be outside all the time, the park there just goes hard. You can just go there and visit the park, but it would definitely be a super perk of living there. That park is just epic, especially if you got a bunch of kids. You cannot beat the park at Vinhomes Central Park. They did a very, very good job there. All right, guys, as ever, I hope this information video was helpful to you. I tried to lay it all out exactly as with my experiences, the pros, the cons. Nothing's perfect in life. Neither one of these places are perfect. For me, it's going to be Golden River over Central. I don't know where I'll live after Golden River, but we're not going to live here forever, of course. We've got things to do, dogs, families, stuff like this. So stay frosty, guys. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. See you in Vietnam. Peace out.